Hello. Is that better?
Why are you always so awkward when we start recording?
I don't know. It's easier for me to talk to people than talk to a camera. I'm still learning the art of talking to camera, so which is crazy because I've been doing it for such a long time.
I don't understand that, honestly.
But it happens. How are you doing?
This is another day that I'm just like really, really fighting. I think today is actually even worse than the
Yeah.
last time I recorded after work. Today is like I feel very, very exhausted. Like I literally don't have the energy to even talk loud. Like in the other video I was saying at a point I started like shouting.
Yeah.
And so to get back, I don't even have the energy. I mean, it did not help that I've been like poorly the past few days, and then plus if you guys watched our New Year video, I talked about moving to a new ward. So I started on my new ward on Monday, and it's been quite exciting, honestly. I've loved it. I've been really, really enjoying working there, learning a lot of things. But I like the most awkward phase, if you know, um I think everybody should have experienced it when you start a new job. It's like so awkward because you don't know what to do. So you're just like looking at other people doing things, and moving from a world where I was like one of the like OGs, like people used to come to me to ask questions, say, "Oh, Dorcas, how do we do this?" Now I'm the one that has to be going to people to ask questions. It's very, very awkward. This past few days, not knowing what to do, it just stresses me out. So it's not like the work is stressful. The world is not stressful. You don't get we. I don't have as many patients at the same time. Like
Mm.
on my normal ward, I would have 10 patients, but now I have one patient at a time. But I feel very, very tired because I have one patient, but I'm also looking at what all the other nurses are doing because I really want to catch up and I want to learn and I want to start being autonomous and doing my own thing for myself. So that part is very stressful. It's just exhausting also when like sometimes you want to sit down and just like read something or just go through your notes, but then you think, maybe the boss is looking at me and thinking I'm not serious, I'm just sitting down. So you have to stand up again, just start walking around aimlessly. It's just very, very stressful for me, honestly. And yeah, adding to the fact, I remember this morning, yesterday, I was telling you, oh, I feel really, really sick, blah blah blah. I was really, really sick at work. It was really, really bad. Like I had to be squatting. Like it was that bad. It was really, really, really bad. Anyway, so John was like, you still went to work? I'm like, even if I'm unconscious, even if I was unconscious, I will still go to work because my first day of work, and I really want to, like, I really like this job,
Make
so
a
I
great
will
impression.
go. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So like in general, I'm excited. I think I just went ahead to talk about how my week has been. So I mean, it only makes sense that I'll ask you how has your week been.
Oh, that's the only reason why you want to ask me.
No, I that's not the only reason. It's
I'm
just
joking.
because like I have been just talking about myself, myself, myself. So I feel like you should also like talk about how your week has been.
Um, my week has been good. Yeah, it hasn't been as hectic as yours, obviously. Um, still adjusting to the new year. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes you take some time to just mourn all the things you said you would do last year and you didn't get to do them. Be it for certain reasons, like mine. In my case, it was just not me doing them. And there's a part of me that just feels that just, you know, it really hits me that this is a new year. I remember writing the date and like this is
Why
a
am I
new.
getting emotional?
I
Oh God.
don't even know. But I guess so there was that bit where you start to think, oh, it's another year and I said I would do A, B, C, D and I haven't done it.
Why am I getting
So
emotional?
you just
I
feel a bit
actually
sad.
don't understand. I literally don't get it. That's very awkward. Anyway,
No, but aside that, just thinking about all the promises I made to myself this year, starting this year, and taking an inventory. Okay, this is day 9. How has it been so far? What have I started doing? And it's been, really taking more time this year to be introspective and, you know, take account, to be more mindful, like we said in our first video, to be more mindful of my time, seeing where my time is being spent. So that has been me recently, and it's been good.
I feel like this he has been too heavy for me. Like, hey God, oh, Dorcas is going to ruin this video. Hey God, I can't talk. Oh, I can't talk. Help me, somebody. Who emotional? Why am I so emotional? I don't get it. Anyway, This year has been too much, like honestly. Like it's just the what ninth, 10th day.
Nice.
I mean 10th technically because I'm gonna post this video
Oh
on the
yeah,
10th.
yeah, yeah.
It's just the 10th day and I feel exhausted. Like literally like with the H and the E and double G. I feel like I feel like I've had 365 days in this past 9 days. It's tiring. Oh god, I can't even talk. I think we have to take a break. So I went from like my like previous ward and I didn't have a break. I remember I was talking to one of my colleagues, hey god, I need to talk. I need to talk, Dorcas. Wah! Okay. Now I have to put energy into this so that I will not cry. Okay, cool. So I was talking to one of my colleagues at work and she was talking about how like she had 2 weeks break before like starting on the new ward because I remember when I went for my interview, we had that interview together on the same day and we both got the job. So it was really exciting when I saw. I was like, oh my god, like you're here. And then yeah, we're quite excited. And then she told me she's just coming from 2 weeks leave. So she traveled to Manchester, she traveled to London, she had fun, she rested. I literally just came off a shift on Saturday. A night shift, and I'm back to work on Monday in a new ward. So, like, I am exhausted this year. Like, I'm
And
never
the
gonna
last few
lie,
days have been your last few days
heavy.
in the other words was quite
Oh my
hectic.
god, like it's and it didn't help that in my last 4 days of my ward, I was nurse in charge. If you're nurse in charge, you have more responsibilities, and then moving that night shifts into day shifts, like literally Saturday, I already had Sunday off, and then I'm back to work on Monday, and then now I have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like no breaks because obviously this ward is not as tiring, so they're not going to give you as many breaks as my previous ward. So it's just I'm physically exhausted. Like I can't even explain to you. I remember yesterday I got back from work and usually I would wait for you to come back and then we'll have time, we'll talk and everything. I couldn't keep my eyes open. Like I struggled. Like usually I would try, but I was struggling to keep my eyes open yesterday. To wait for you to come back from Bible study, advanced theology stuff, and I slept. I mean, obviously, I was also in pain, but like I just slept throughout. I went to work today. I was exhausted. I'm back here and I am done. I feel like this year is so long. I know that it's too early to even like start judging. Like to say, oh
Mm.
my god, Lucas, you're too much. It's just the ninth day of January. Why you being so extra? But yeah, it's just I'm tired. Like I went on Instagram. I've not had the time to even like check posts and everything. But I went on Instagram. I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and I saw people's posts saying, how has your year been? And then they will show themselves sleeping and open your mouth snoring. And I was like, I wish that was me. I wish I've had that kind of year. Like I just been sleeping and like just rest. I've not had like enough rest. And I have like Thursday off. Like this week I have Thursday off. And obviously Thursday, since that is my only day off, we have to use that day to be productive for our YouTube. So there's always something to do. I have somebody's hair to make already. So it's like I'm just like, I think I need a break. Like, I'm just so happy that I also have my leave and at least I'll have like 1 week off. And I think I'm just gonna sleep. We're planning to travel, but that traveling is looking like this because I'm tired. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, this is never what we plan to talk about, but yeah, how has your year been so far? Like, just tell us. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny that we had all this intentions and all these plans. I remember like that one New Year New Me video. We're talking. Me, I was here giving you guys paragraphs and exegesis of the things I'm gonna do in this year. I mean, it's the ninth. It's too early to decide to judge, but I just this year has been tiring for me physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm just tired. Yesterday night when you came back and you were talking to me about a plan that you had, I wanted to start crying because I was just like, I'm tired of thinking, like,
Mm,
because it's something that I had to think about, and then we'll come up with a plan. But I was just like,
mm,
oh God, like I am tired of thinking. And then it did not help because you now told me about like, we had the plan of like the guests to have, and
mhm.
they told me, oh, this is the response. Da, 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 da. To now start planning that again. Okay, what will we now do in place? And oh my god, I could not now sleep because my mind works on overdrive. And when I feel
Yeah.
like it's something to do, I start thinking about that thing, and I have to resolve it before I'll be able to sleep. So then trying to resolve that in my head, so it was just really just been heavy for
Mm.
me. Honestly, it's just been heavy, and oh, I'm glad I talked about it. I feel better.
Yeah. Rant it out.
I feel much better.
So speaking on just to segue,
Yeah,
not to segue.
yeah,
I
that's it. My husband is very unemotional and unconnected. They were like disconnected because I just finished talking about my emotions and pouring my heart. I just said that, okay, anyway, now that she has finished blabbing and crying for us, let's move on to greater things. Let's go about more important things. Because my wife crying and my wife's emotions does not matter. Do not marry a man like this. This is the first lesson of today's video. Don't marry a man that invalidates your feelings.
Wow.
Anyway, now that my wife is done crying, let's move on to more
No,
important
that's why I stopped to ask you.
You didn't even catch your breath. You didn't even like say. Anyway, no, you said. No. I finished talking. No. Anyway, let's move on to other things.
You know I love you though.
I don't know that. So, what are we talking about today?
Are you ready to talk about it?
I don't have anything else to say. I'm fine now. I feel better. Thank you.
All right. I was going to say I can just briefly talk about what's happening with our plans before we go into the main thing. So, like we said, we have all these plans to have lots of guests, and we have been reaching out to lots of people and trying to
Plan everything.
get people on. We're so lucky to have my parents on because after that day, I don't know if they would have been free.
And we literally had to fix them into a day that we were both working, but that was the only day that they could make time. So we're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We will do it.
And so now I see how really hard it is for people to make podcasts work, especially when they're having guests on.
Yeah.
Because people's schedules are crazy.
And the thing is that you can't really like be offended
because
you understand. If somebody even comes to you and say, "Oh, babe, let's do something on Saturday," I'm gonna say no because I already have plans. And it's not because I don't care about you or what you're doing, but I already have plans. And I understand them, like they already have this plan. So I mean,
and the crazy thing is that if you're trying to get one person, it's easier.
But the husband and the wife,
because you're trying to get both people,
so both of them have to pause their plans.
Yeah, it's so difficult.
It's a huge sacrifice
trying to
make.
navigate it. And so honestly, we are so grateful for all the people who have agreed, but we're still trying to work around schedules.
Yeah, because now, sorry, like for example, we want to record on a Monday. I'm working on Monday. Oze might be off on that Monday. The husband might be working that day. The wife is off. So it's like, how will we get a day that four of us can be off at the same time?
Because
and record.
The people we were hoping to have for Saturday, they were kind of freer, but Dorcas wasn't. So, and then when she had that one day off, they're like, sorry.
They are busy. It's a tricky situation, honestly.
Just keep praying for us, honestly.
Yeah.
And we're like from the last video we had with my parents, we're still learning from that. Lots of people, or we watch lots of people, and we are going to try to use other kind of platforms that will help us get clearer video or audio. So we're Dorcas wants us to use StreamYard. I want us to use Riverside FM.
I don't know. Like the thing is, I don't know all these names.
Yeah.
All I know is that I've seen somebody's video that she used StreamYard and the video was clear. And said, "Oh yeah, now let's." So
I want to ask if you have any ideas about this, please reach out to us. And
what apps we can use?
What would you recommend for us?
Like last week, Ozie Momo went to do screen recording. I don't know who gave that brilliant idea to do screen recording. Then we would have used record from an app directly.
I go bite you on top of this.
Oh dear.
You know, wait, let me expose you. I remember saying
you said we have to pay for it. And I told you that is there not an alternative?
And then this was the only alternative. Let's not argue.
Oh yeah, why didn't you not explain to me? Why would we not argue? Let them see the realness. The realness of how you used to shout at me.
Because I remember saying that, babe, look, the only other alternative for us to record online would be the free version of this would be that. So now we're going to opt out.
I hated it so much. I hated the box. I was like, why are we in tiny boxes? No, I want us to be big and proper. So like, I don't even care how much we have to pay. We have to pay for it.
So I'm glad that we tested that out and that's what came out.
I'm not glad.
And no, it's a learning curve. I mean, it's a learning curve. We did it and
but besides the video, it was a good conversation and it was a really good time. I mean, that's how most of our calls are. Ozzy and I constantly laughing, and then the parents just making us to laugh, especially Ozzy's dad. Ozzy's dad is like hilarious, and it was funny to see how people were saying I look like your mom.
Yeah,
and I'm not related to her in any way.
She looks actually.
Except for being her daughter-in-law.
Dorcas looks like my immediate elder sister? A lot.
I don't understand.
A
I
lot.
don't understand.
A
Ozzy's
lot.
Ozzy's mom said that Ozzy went to marry his sister.
Do you know, in my mind, that in my mind, I'm just like, are you sure you want to be saying that online?
That's not nice.
No, but it was,
I don't see the resemblance. I
no,
look like
I
my
do.
family. I try to say Biami looks like my family.
I mean, Sarah and Biami kind of.
Sarah and Biami. Look. That is the resemblance I would say there is. Sarah and Biami.
look
So
alike.
Sarah is my other sister. Biami is Ozzy's other sister. They are literally age weight. They look alike. But me and Biami, we
It
don't
was
really
so
look
nice.
alike.
It was so
I look
nice.
like my dad. And my sister Sarah looks like my mom. So Biami looks like they have this small features.
So if Biami looks like your mom and you look like my mom,
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But it was so nice. I think the highest praise. I mean, I love people's comments, but the highest praise to me was my brother when he said, "I really like the video. It's cool."
Really, your brother says so?
He sent me a message. He said he watched it. I was so happy. I was so
that's
happy.
Nice. I did not know.
So shout out to you. Shout out to you.
That's nice. I didn't know that he watched it.
But it was just really such a nice time.
Yeah,
and
it was a really good conversation.
I think our plan is to have an interview or like a conversation on the Saturday, and on the Wednesday we'll just come and talk about what we learned. So what are the things you learned from that video?
Oh my god. First, how they met. I realized that like a lot of times we want something very extravagant to meet our partners, like something grand, like, oh, I met him and but to see that they just met in the supermarket and he bought her a card and then they became friends, it was just like a basic story. Like there was nothing like extra about it, and
they've been married for how
24
many years?
Yeah. It was really beautiful. I mean, that was the foundation of it. Like just to see like how a relationship can become so beautiful and stem out of like just something very, very normal and casual. And that's how love like really happens.
You see, the problem is that Hollywood lied to most of us. They have
K-drama. K-drama.
Not just Hollywood K-drama.
K-drama.
Always
To
watching
me,
Kim Jong-un.
if you see how I was expecting, that's why I married you, let me tell you the truth. Because you know how in Hollywood or K-drama, it's always the best friend that is the real love that she's supposed to marry. But she's not married. She's not with the bad boy. It's all be with the good boy. Then at the end of the movie, she will not end up with the good boy that is her best friend.
So
who did I marry?
That's what this is.
Who did I marry?
God, you are living
boy,
a K-drama.
That is my best friend.
God will help you.
But I'm living a K-drama, but am I not having the time of my life? Am I not? This time I the best thing ever happened to me. So who won?
Am I the best thing that happened for you?
Carry out. Anyway, yes. One. And then number two, when your mom spoke about patience, and she spoke about how like quick temper.
Like me.
Like I feel like that's the part I would say you and my mom are your mom and me, your mom and I are very, very similar, because I'm also very quick tempered. Like, you know, in this house, I know they carry last. Any small thing I want to like, I mean, people that watched our vlog would know from the way I was even talking to you when I was cutting your hair. I'm very, very quick tempered. Like I don't have energy to fight, but I have sharp mouth. So I will talk kind of thing. And Ozzy is very, very patient. Like he doesn't get angry. Like, so I was like, are you sure you're not angry? Later I come on, are you sure you're not angry? Ozzy doesn't get angry fast. Like it has to be something that is, I have pushed this guy. When Ozzy is actually angry, I used to be like, oh, Dorcas, you say if you do this one. You say if you do this one. Somebody, any other person would have exploded, but like that's when he would actually get angry. So for a moment to be talking about patience like that, and I remember that it's something that I used to really pray about. I can remember when this, and I was like, I used to pray and say God should actually help me grow my patience. And she said that she prayed to God to help her grow her patience. I was like, Auntie, I shut out with no, he shut out in the old life. You know how like all these movies used to be that the reincarnation of the person. And that's how you're feeling. And your mom is Delta, I'm Edo, and your father, you all feel look alike. And I say,
my mom is not dead for there to be a reincarnation.
I mean, like the
alive.
younger version.
Okay.
Don't say that. When did I measure death in this life?
No, you said reincarnation.
I don't mean it. You have to learn things, Ozzy. Like, you know how movies used to be that there will be the grandmother or the great grandmother, and then there will not be the young person they just give it to. They will not look exactly like how a mother looks.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
We have similar experiences, man. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's hard for some people. Anyway,
it's hard for some people. You just said reincarnation.
Leave me alone!
And I'm trying to tell what reincarnation is.
Anyway, so yeah, it was really,
look at what I'm doing.
It was really nice to like just hear her talk about how like she has grown impatient,
Mm.
and I can actually see that your mom is like the sweetest person I know. She I don't
It's the
know.
power.
I honestly, I'm so grateful that I married into your family. I remember
Oh,
my sister was saying that. Look at on that our last video,
yeah.
the guy was nodding my agreeing to everything. You will know that it's daughter-in-law agreement. Agreement. It's agreement to correct English. Yes, like it's correct. It's correct. Answer me now. It's agreement to correct English. It is.
Yes, it is.
I know.
It's just that you are after telling me I don't understand English.
Shh.
Okay,
Please don't
sorry.
talk to me like that. So
Uh,
yeah, that and then like finally, what your dad said about like understanding and giving people the benefit of the doubt basically, and not like jumping into conclusions
Mm.
and just like not reading meaning into people's words and actions, but just allowing them the time to explain themselves. And
Yeah.
even when they do and you realize that okay, this person actually like meant it in a negative way, to
Mm.
just be more patient and give people more room, give them more allowance. And yeah, that was really beautiful. And the final part that your mom mentioned, that I've always agreed with that anyway, because that's how I grew up in my family. My parents were not really like that secretive on how much they earned, or like we don't want to share or whatever. My family too, my parents did not have a joint account. They were just open. Whoever has will just give. Although we have a joint account, but we have a reason for having the joint account, is because nowadays you need a joint account to be able to do a lot of things in this first world country that we are in. So yeah, but I mean that's how we've always been with our finances. There's never been your money, my money. It's just always been
Money.
exactly
Yeah.
money that we have. So it's just yeah. So it was a very very insightful conversation that just reaffirmed all the things that we know
Mm.
already, and to just like hear it from all the people and realize that it worked for them. So I mean, we have hope for like a
We
beautiful life
we
together.
really do have hope.
Yeah.
I think in I really liked what my dad said about giving people benefit of doubt. It was so funny that I think the next day or so you said, "Also, remember what your dad said?" Because I came to you,
Because
I was living over, I was living over something that wasn't really a thing. In my mind, I had concocted all these things.
all the worst case
I had
scenarios
just
in this
imagined.
life, I will say the thing because the thing never makes sense. So I made dinner, right? No.
She
I was
said,
on the phone.
she said she was
No,
going to make dinner.
first, right? Okay, so we had a really, really lazy Sunday on Sunday. We just slept all day. That was the only day that I was off. So, and he was off also. So we slept all day. And then when we woke up, I was like, okay, we have vegetable soup in the fridge. So I'll make pounded yam and then we eat with the vegetable soup. So he said, okay. So he went like to the office for a meeting. And then my sister called me. So I was on the phone with her for a really long time. And then he came into the room, was like, how far now? How far? I was like, I don't really understand what you're saying because I'm on the phone, how far what? And I say, food, now half our food. And I say, oh yeah, you can just make pounded yam. I thought you were saying that, should you make food? So I was like, oh, I've already told you I eat pounded yam. So, oh yeah, make pounded yam. Do you understand? So you're not like getting angry. I know. So I said, okay, I'll go and make it. And I stood up, I went to make the food. Like I microwaved the soup, I made the pounded yam and everything. I served him. He says he's not eating yet. I put his food jar and I ate and I went back upstairs. So the food was still hot, right? The soup was still hot. So I left the soup out, like sorry to cool down before I put it in the fridge. One. And then also in our house, like whenever we use like milk or sardines or tuna
If
or
you're in the UK,
anything,
you understand
anything
recycling.
recycling, we just put it on the side. And then when it's a lot, we pack it and put it in the recycling bag. And then on Wednesdays, we take it outside, right? So that's what I did. Like every other day that we used to do, I put it on the side. And I went upstairs to sleep. And then Ose came to the room. I was really fuming. I was like, "Oh, Dorcas."
I wasn't fuming.
You were saying, "I don't like what you did today." Okay, you're not fuming because you never film. But I don't like what you did today. I said, hey, what's going on? Like I'm confused. He said that. Yeah, you're telling me that I should go and cook when you already said you cook. I was the one that make breakfast. Uncle, I know that's not what you were saying. So I was asking you to clarify. Did I still make the food? I didn't even know it was a big deal. And I said, okay, but you left soup open downstairs. The soup was hot, so I left it to cool. Okay, but you left recycling on the side. Where am I supposed to leave the recycling?
Okay, so
in the recycling bag, but we usually leave it on the
No,
side
no,
before
no,
we
wait,
pack it.
wait,
When
wait.
it's a lot, you now put it in the recycling bag.
let me
It's
explain
just
myself.
little things that day.
I was just like, yeah, I was ticked off. I was just like,
Were you on your period?
wow, wow,
Because
nice.
he was so emotional and temperamental.
Wow. So I can say that to you.
Try it out. Tries.
Anyway, so I was just having not the greatest of time and everything. Do you have that
Why
moment
did you
where
wake up on the wrong side of the bed or
do you,
something?
I don't know, just everything just starts to irk you. I
Why?
wasn't fuming, I was just irked. So I went into the kitchen and then I've stopped putting the recycle. If you notice, I'm always taking every single time.
Okay, but
Wait, wait, wait,
me,
wait, wait. Every
I've not
single
stopped
time.
yet. I'm
Every
in the process.
wait now, every single time I will go. It will be there. I will take it and put it inside the bag. I will try to clean up that place every single time. So it's just like it doesn't get in here. You know, they say be
Why didn't you say
talking.
anything then? You
That's the
never
thing.
said anything
I
before.
know they say be talking about it. For me, it wasn't like a big deal. But every single time I will carry the thing. If you notice, I'm always clearing there.
But I also used to clear there.
Yeah, but most
When
times
I see
it's
that it's
the
plenty, I say, oh, okay, it's time to clear.
for
I
me,
will
I
arrange
just
everywhere.
because if there's stuff there, you can't take the kettle. Anyway, that's not the point. So the recycling, the cartons and empty crates of eggs,
Milk and
and so I was just like, oh, what's this? So I took it and I turned around and the soup was just outside the fridge. I'm just
because
like,
it was hot.
wait now. So in my mind, I'm like, this auntie. First of all, she's telling me to go and cook when she says she's going to cook. Then she just come here and everything is just everywhere.
Everything that everywhere was there. You see, that's the thing. Everywhere was arranged. Everywhere was
But do you,
backward cleaned.
but do you notice that?
Except the soup and the recycling.
wait.
But the fuming nature of the go and cook was already killing
Yes,
just for your
yes.
neck.
But that's the point. Do you realize that if one thing starts to irk you, it's like everything else will just be. So
But
that's
you know,
what
actually, I wasn't like when you said that I apologize. But actually, what now made me to now become like irritated by the issue is that why didn't you just say when like in the beginning, like because it was hours later.
Anyway,
why didn't you just say?
Wait, let's not drag this
We
so
must
long.
drag it. So we will drag it. We must
God.
end the matter.
It's
Why
ended
didn't
now.
you just say that, babe? But you said you're gonna cook. Like I was not happy the way you. And we would have ended the matter then. But you left it for hours just before. I was just about to go to bed. We're even laying in bed.
Because I didn't want us to
That's where
sleep.
you now brought it up.
I didn't want us to sleep
Brother.
without me not having a clear conscience. Anyway,
Why would you not have a clear conscience?
wait.
About soup?
Can I just complete my talking? Oh God. let me continue my talking. So it was just funny that when I was just saying all that, you know, said, but remember what your dad said? I'm like, oh God. Oh yeah, it's true.
Never let you
I
rest.
shouldn't assume the worst of it. Man, it's so nice. And all of this journey is to that point to just say that never just assume. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing is that if we're being honest, in fact, I do that, but there's sometimes that things just
and the thing that actually blew my mind that day about that situation is that these kind of things are the things that don't annoy you.
Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
done worse.
I
I do worse on a daily. Like my skincare products would just be on the sink like this in the bathroom, and you will arrange it. If I scatter it, you will arrange it. I scatter it, you will arrange it. Every time I come, it's arranged. But then, because I left soup to cool down, that's what let it blew my mind. I was like, you've done like I've done more annoying things to you, and you will just like
guess
overlook
it's
it.
just that day. Anyway, so that was one, and then
I guess it just goes to show that like it's not always rosy. Like
yeah, sometimes
like you could. I mean, every day is romance, but some days it's just like, dude, you're annoying me. And I guess those were one of the days when I was annoying.
And then my mom, what my mom said about just setting it in your heart to make this work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people like me or both of us who are just starting out, we say, this is what we really think, we're going to do it till the end. And then it's like, what do you guys know? You're just 2 seconds into marriage. But to also hear that they, at that stage,
said the
same thing and they were able to see it to the end.
Yeah.
Because I've like my mom said, it's not that their marriage has been the rosiest or anything. It's just that these are two people who decided to make it work. And to say that they too had that same mindset, it just gave me hope that okay, we're on the right side. Kind of.
Because I used to also think whenever we say that, we have proposed in our mind, you and I, to make it work. And people just make it seem like, oh, even if you say that, you don't know what can happen.
Yeah, you don't know what
But
happened
then
down the
these
road,
people
but to
said that, and
see
34
them,
years later, they're still saying the same thing. They made
and
up their
they are
minds.
still together. They are still
Literally, all
kicking
they
it.
did, like, yeah, I even forgot about that. Like, that's such a good thing to say. All they did literally is at the beginning of their marriage, your mom said she prayed to God, she told God, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
this is the one. I've married, finished. No other marry, I'm marrying again. And they made it work. And
And my dad said the same thing with God.
and then God. That's how I used to feel sometimes. I would talk, normal thing. Also, you could have said, and God did it. That. Am I not a Christian too? I saw that video. I forgot what video it was, and I was like, talk. And somebody was like, wow, I love how Ose just mentions God and talks about everything from the. I wanted to say, means I know God. Like your father. Anyway, yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, as we've made up our mind to make it work, with God helping us, we will make it work.
Yeah, even though you keep leaving the soup open.
I did not keep.
And-
Okay, how many have I?
Okay,
No,
okay.
No, if you don't answer this question right now, we'll not move on. How many times have I left soup open?
Not so much.
What's not so much? That's not a number.
I don't know. I think
Is-
you don't keep soup open, don't worry.
I do not. Like, I do not. The only time, like when I cook, I even want to pack the food quickly and put it in the freezer. But because I say, oh, let the food cool down, I'll leave it cool and then I'll pack it. You're just looking for a reason to be angry that day.
Yes, can we
Sure. Anyway.
Okay, so as before we round up, I was checking for some of questions we could ask.
Some of questions?
Some of the questions
Okay.
we could ask all the other couples that we would have on. But then I also found really interesting questions that they said would brew intimacy.
Intimacy.
No,
That's the motto of intimacy tonight.
okay,
please.
not questions that can help you connect. So so one question that they asked here that I would just ask and you answer is let me think. Hey, this one, I'm gonna ask this one.
Ask.
No.
Ask.
So name 3 things that make you proud of me.
All this kind of emotional things. Oh, am I in the mood? Let's see.
Okay.
Make me proud of you. Like achievement.
I mean, wow, you
Marry
have to
me. I'm proud of you for that. You did well.
You're
God.
so selfish. So it has to be about
I'm
you.
proud of you for choosing such a wife as me. You look about all this whole world and you chose me. Let me be serious. Ow. I really have to because everything's about me. I'm joking. 3 things I'm proud of you. For I'm proud. I'm so proud of you for starting this Exodus 90 challenge. I know it's a really, really big thing for you to not watch movies because it's a big addiction that you've been trying to like deal with for the longest time. So to make up your mind that you're going to like stop the addiction or put a pause on the addiction or
Put it
to
pause.
or like limit it to such a like ridiculous extent, and plus the other things that are in the Exodus 90 that you're really, really sticking to, and you're like, I'm really, really proud of you. Honestly, I'm really proud of you. I'm also proud of like how you put your mind to things and you become like very, very focused on that thing until you see that thing true. I know a lot of times you're complaining about your hyper focus and your like perfectionism. Yes, that's the word. Yeah. I complain about it sometimes, but I'm also very, very proud of it because it makes for like really, really good endings. So like whenever you put your mind to something to do it and you see it through to the end, the result is always very beautiful. And I'm always so proud of you. Like so many projects that you put your hand into, our videos that you've like edited and stuff, like the product is always really, really beautiful, and I'm so proud of you for that. Extremely proud of like the work that you're doing here in Cornwall with the church, like with worship, with the community group, with the advanced theology group, like so many things that you're doing in the body of Christ always makes me proud. Even starting from like your time in Cyprus with Heroes and Exile and the evening church, and all the many things that you did in Cyprus, like with the church, and then moving here, and it's like you never stopped, you never gave up on that like love for God, and you brought it here, and people can even see. I love that. I mean, I'm not supposed to say what I love, but I'm proud of you. But I love the fact that whenever you enter into a room, people automatically fall in love with you. Like literally, you have that kind of like very, very lovable and positive vibe about you, like positive energy. I don't like say energy because it seems very secular, but you're just a very happy person, and you are just very sociable. People just like you. People fall in love with you. You're a very good conversationalist. Ha! My English is just on point today, even though I'm tired. Anywho, yeah, and I'm really proud of you for that. Yeah, so some of the many things I'm proud of you for. I'm also proud of you in other ways that I can't mention on live television because there are children here. Praise the Lord. What are you proud of? What are the three things you're proud of me?
I mean, the amount is really really cumbersome. It's a lot.
Three.
Yeah,
Make
you
it
see.
brief. Once I was blind, now I can see. 2 minutes. Let's
Wow.
go.
All right. One thing I'm really proud of you for is your tenacity. Quite tenacious. You are a go getter. I think you inspire me in that way. When you
Mm.
set your mind on something, you do it. Like I remember when you when you said, "Oh, I want to try to apply for a job in the UK," and then next thing you are doing this, you are doing that, you are doing this, you are doing that, and even moving to this new world, you said, "Oh, Jose, I've been in neurology, but I want my dream is to become an anesthetic nurse, so I need to move to a surgical ward," and then you just applied and you got the job. Like that has just been
Oh.
amazing to see. Yeah, it's quite amazing to see
Thank
that.
you. I'm red. I'm all red with blush.
Oh my god.
That's one.
Yeah.
I like this segment of the team. We should be doing it every
Every
episode.
episode we talking about the things we're proud of. Um, I'm proud of the fact that as much as you are a go getter, when things don't like go your way, I'm proud of how you handle it. You handle it way better than I do. Because sometimes, because of my kind of personality, sometimes when things just fail, I can just keep going. But then when I actually process that, it's like I just completely shut down. I'm like, the whole world is against me, and it takes me a while. But for you, you are like this, and then it doesn't work out. You have your one day of, oh, this sucks, this is bad, and then you're on it again. And I'm always so blown away. I'm just like, what? What's going on? How are you just able to?
Are you sure you're talking about me?
Of course.
I like
So yeah. Aside the fact that you're a good getter, you don't let things get you down. You and I love that you have lots of persistence and grit.
like
And
I'm falling asleep.
wow,
I'm
wow.
sorry.
And
One more.
wait now, I'm not done.
It's
Like
one more now.
I know, I said I'm not done with the grit,
Oh,
and
sorry.
I would love, and I'm praying that when we eventually do have kids, that they will take that from you, because God knows I don't want them to be like me in that
Oh.
aspect. Because uh, let me see. What else am I proud of
So you
you?
want to have kids?
Eventually, now, of course, why would I want to have kids?
Interesting. Anyway,
I don't hate. Jokers is making it seem like I hate kids. I don't.
no, you actually like. Of course, you have a lot of friends that have kids, and you like their kids.
Yeah,
But have one
yeah,
of your own.
yeah.
Anyways,
Wait,
uh-huh.
it's gonna wait a little bit though.
Moving
Like
on, moving on,
you need to be relaxing. You just
moving
make my
on.
my pressure to rise up a little bit. Don't let my pressure be jumping up. Okay.
Your pressure, I mean your blood pressure.
See, blood what?
Pressure, but it's blood. Pressure could be anything. Societal pressure, peer pressure.
Gosh, God, come.
Continue.
Anyway. Focus. I'm proud of my mind is racing now. I just my mind just blanked. Jesus.
Because I mentioned children. I'll shock you.
I can't be shocked.
Please, let's move on from this conversation.
All right, so okay, yes. Again, you are a very diligent person. A
Mm.
very diligent person, and I think Yes, you're a very diligent, resourceful person, and I'm very
Mm,
proud of that. I'm
thank
very
you.
proud of you. Honestly, you are the reason why we are here. You are the reason why most of the things that we do
God is
is
the reason. It's God. Yes, I'm going to be a mother in this situation. It's God. I give God all the
God.
glory.
God
God is
used.
the reason for the season. In this, there's no other zine. I can't, I can't rhyme.
I'm just going to say that really God has used you to make
Mm-hmm.
most of our life right now possible, and that has been because of how diligent you are with the stuff you do. So